everyone, welcome back. My name is Megan and we're going to be doing a little yoga today, again, together. As a reminder, there's background noise obviously in my house because I'm home here with my kiddos and my animals. And just also when you're practicing today, to listen to your body, of course. Do what feels right. If something doesn't feel so great, come right out of the pose, come back to a comfy seated position and just focus on your breathing, or come into child's pose, which we always go over before we really get started. So I hope everyone is doing well. Hope everybody's feeling healthy. I'm so glad you guys are choosing to take some time for yourself today to do some yoga. I think it's wonderful. It's a really, really, really great way to take really good care of yourself, and that is super duper important right now, where there's all these changes for our families and for you and your parents and your siblings. So this is one thing that's going to make you feel really good and relieve any stress or anxiety that you do have. So all right, let's get comfy. Sit up nice and tall with a good nice tall spine from the crown of your head to the tip of your tailbone. Maybe relax your hands on top of your knees. Roll your shoulders back. Allow them to relax away from your ears. And let's take a nice deep breath in through our nose. And open your mouth and just let it go. Breathe in. And breathe out, really allowing yourself to arrive here in this space, to allow yourself to be here in this space for the little amount of time that we will practice today. Sort of leave everything behind and try not to think about what's coming up after your yoga practice. Just be here. Allow your body to stretch, allow your body to move, focus on your breathing. And have some fun. All right. So this is our singing, or my singing bowl, but I've been using it in the last couple of videos, and it's really just a quick way to tell your brain to pay attention. To become present in the moment, to get really grounded and centered. All right, so while you're listening to the bowl, you can lie down, you can sit comfy like this, maybe you want to close your eyes, and then while you're listening, just really, really, really focus on that big yoga breath. The breath in through your nose, and the breath out. Really releasing and letting go all of that breath out. All right, sitting up nice and tall. Let your shoulders roll back a little bit and then have them roll forward. Maybe just bring your ear to your shoulder over to one side and switch it to the other. Pull your chin to your chest. Look up at the ceiling. Really just gently, slowly moving, waking up the body. Maybe take a couple big swirls here with your belly. And then we'll go the other way. Nice. Take a big breath in. Bring your hands together over your head. Press your palms together. On the exhale, take your right hand down to the floor. We'll stretch up and over towards the right, stretching the left side of the body. Breathe in, come back through center, hands overhead, palms pressed together. On the exhale, left hand drops. Stretch up and over to the left. And then bring both hands back down to the floor and we'll twist up. So left hand, right knee, right hand behind you. Sit up nice and tall as you breathe in. On the breath out, twist. Last week we were talking about how twisting is really detoxifying to our bodies. Helps us to really release and let go. It's really good for our organs that are inside of our body. So breath in, sits up nice and tall. Breath out, twist. Just kind of rinsing out your spine. Big breath brings you back to center. Let's come into child's pose. Big toes are going to touch. Knees spread wide to the edges of your mat. Sit your bum back on your heels. Then drop your chest down towards the floor. Stretch your hands way far out in front of you. And then relax your forehead down onto the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. So, something to remember about child's pose. This is available to you during the whole class. You can come into this pose whenever you're feeling like you need it. So I'm just taking both of my hands and stretching them over to the left. Breathing in, coming back through center, and then moving both hands over towards the right. I'm still sitting back on my heels. Nice. Big breath in brings you back through center, and we're going to come up onto tabletop, or into our tabletop position. Hands are spread, shoulders with distance. Knees are spread, hips with distance. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Your shoulders, elbows, and wrists are making one line. Your belly is pulled in, and your spine is long, stretching the top of your head. Stretching from the top of your head all the way back through the tip of your tailbone. Let's take a breath in, drop your belly, lift your chin, look up, cow pose. Breathe out, press into your palms, round your spine, pull your chin to your chest. And we'll do it again, just moving through these cat and cows. Matching the movement to your breath. Again, just waking up the spine. Nice. Coming back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes behind you. Press into your palms. You're going to lift your hips nice and high and come into your downward facing dog. So an upside down V. Okay. Hands are still spread, shoulders with distance. Feet are still hips with distance. Your knees can be soft here. Your chest is pressing back towards the top of your thighs. Your head is relaxed. Your neck is relaxed. Your belly is pulled to your spine. And your shoulder blades are rotating in towards one another. And you're pulling them down your back. Yeah. And you want to look right in between your feet. Just let your eyes settle there. And focus. Let's take a nice long deep breath in and a breath out. So you can always come to your tabletop if you find that downward facing dog is not so comfy for you. So that's totally fine. You can always be in that tabletop position whenever we move through downward facing dog if that does feel better. Okay, so back to down dog or back to your tabletop position. And just take another 3 breaths here. Really, really, really try to breathe deeply in through your nose. And then open up and let it go. Maybe as you breathe in, your heels lift nice and high. And then drop both heels over to the right as you breathe out. Breathe in, bring your heels back through center. Breathe out, drop your heels. So if you were in a tabletop, you can just kind of shift your hips side to side there. Let's come back through center, breathing in, and then come on back down onto your knees. Tabletop. All right, you are gonna kick your right foot straight back behind you, flexing your right foot. Your toes are pointed down towards the mat. You have a nice, long, straight, strong spine. And then let's take that left hand, tense your fingers at the top of your mat. You can stay right here. If you want a little bit more, that left hand can lift and stretch. So you're making one long line from those left fingertips all the way back through those right toes, or your right heel. Take a breath in. On your breath out, crunch your elbow into your knee. Breathe in, stretch it back out. Breathe out, crunch it back in. Breathe in, stretch. On this last one, take that left hand, reach back. See if you can grab the top of your right foot or your ankle, and then press your heel up towards the ceiling with your right foot flexed. That should feel really good. A nice shoulder stretch, a quad stretch, and then release as you breathe in. One more big stretch, and then exhale, bring everything back down to the floor. And maybe you shake your hips side to side, and then we'll do all of that on the other side. So left foot is going to kick straight back behind you. Really flex that left foot. Toes are pointed down towards the mat. And then tent the right fingertips at the top of your mat. You can stay right here. Or let's try it. Bring that right hand up. Super straight, long lines. Belly is pulled in. This is definitely waking up our core muscles. Breathe out, crunch it in. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out, crunch. Breathe in, stretch. And this is our last one. So reach behind you, try to grab the top of your left foot or your left ankle. Lift that heel up towards the ceiling. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more big stretch. Everything stretches back out. And bring it back down to your tabletop. Tucking your toes behind you. Press it back. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Lift your heels up nice and high. Bend your knees. Look forward at your hands. Step your feet towards the front of the mat. Bring your feet out wide. Keep your knees bent. And then fold forward. Releasing your head and neck. Coming into ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows. And just hang out here for a minute. In this ragdoll pose, really try to release the muscles in your face. Allow your jaw to relax. And your whole spine, your neck. Maybe sway side to side. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. And then releasing your hands to the mat. Excuse me. Walk your feet together to touch. With your knees bent, we're going to slowly roll up to a standing position. Yeah, and we're going to be right here in our mountain pose. And we're going to move through a sun salutation or a couple, warming up our bodies, bringing some heat to our muscles so that it's easier to sort of get into those nice, yummy stretches. Okay, mountain pose. Drop your hands by your sides, palms face the front of your mat, your tailbone tucks, your belly pulls to your spine, your shoulders relax. Press deeply down through your feet. Stand nice and tall. Take a breath in, reach your hands up over your head, press your palms together. As you breathe out, fold forward. Take another breath in. Lift halfway. This is a nice straight spine here. Hands are coming to your shins or your knees. Halfway lift. As you breathe out, bring your hands down. And then step back. Let's get right into our high push-up position. So hands are still shoulders width, feet are still hips width, okay? Those shoulders, elbows, and wrists are making one line. Breathing in, really, really bringing some heat here to our bodies. We're gonna lower it down, low push-up. Breathe in, upward facing dog. So press into the tops of your feet. Your elbows are soft. Your chest is stretching and reaching and pulling forward. Yeah, those knees and thighs are lifted. And then on your exhale, drop your knees through, move it through your tabletop, coming back into downward facing dog. So as we move from high to low push-up, really, really remember to keep those elbows, I'm just going to show it, really close to your body. And then you can just, boop, turn those toes over, lift that heart and head, and pull it through to that up dog. You can go right from up dog, right back into your downward facing dog. Or you can move through it like we did before, where we drop our knees, tabletop, and come back into downward facing dog. All right. So here we are, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, step your feet to the front of the mat. Breathe in, lift halfway. Breathe out, fold forward. Bring your arms out wide like wings. Breathing in, coming all the way up. Pressing your palms together over your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then back through mountain. Terrific. Okay, let's balance for a little bit together. I'm feeling nice and warm. I hope you guys are too. We'll start with tree pose. Remember, when we're balancing, it really takes focus, right? It takes concentration. You really have to be in the moment when you're doing really any yoga pose, but especially these balancing ones. So for tree pose, just remember the foot is going to be below the knee or above, okay? I have my right foot lifted, pressing into my left thigh. My left foot is firmly pressing down into the floor. I'm imagining roots sort of growing out of that left foot into the floor. And I want to press my right knee out, my right foot into my left thigh, and my left thigh back into my right foot. Hands at heart center. My shoulders are relaxed. My belly is pulled to spine. I'm standing tall. My drishti, where I'm looking and focused, is straight ahead. Breathe in. As you breathe out, perhaps you let your branches grow. And you hold here, maybe taking a peek up at the ceiling, really challenging your balance, your focus. And if you fall out of the pose, when you fall out of the pose, you just get right back in. All right, let's shake it out. No big deal, right? No judgment here at all. You gotta just do what's best for you. So, tree pose on the other side. Foot is below the knee or above. My left foot is going to press into my right thigh. For some reason, I don't know, my left foot is not, it just doesn't want to stay high. It's been like that for a couple weeks. Can't figure it out. So, here I am. I'm not going to worry about it too much. All right. Ooh, here we go. Tree pose. So my left foot pressing into my right leg. My right leg is pressing back into my left foot. I'm really, really firmly pressing my right foot down into the floor. My hands are at heart center. I'm going to focus on my breathing. Pressing my left knee out. And then maybe I'm growing my branches up, up, and out. Turning pinky fingers in to one another. And then release this pose. Kind of shake it out. Hi, Grace. Oh, Grace brought me some dandelions. Here. These are so pretty. Thank you. Look at that. What a special little gift. I'm going to put them right here on my mat. All right. All right. Another balancing pose. Let's do eagle. So I'm going to take my right leg wrap it around my left leg. I'm gonna bring my arms out like a T. My right arm is going to go under my left arm. And then you can just give yourself a big hug. Or you can try twisting up your arms. So this right leg, the foot doesn't have to wrap behind the left leg. If it can, let it. It can actually just be placed on the floor next to your left foot. Okay? What you want to do is squeeze your thighs together a bunch. Squeeze your elbows together a bunch. Sit back like you're in a chair. Lift your elbows, and then you want to press your hands forward and away from your face. And this is our eagle pose. And then you can come out of that. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale your hands to heart center. And we'll do it on the other side. So now that left leg is coming up and over the right. Maybe that left foot tucks behind the right leg. Who knows? I guess mine did today. Squeeze those thighs together. Arms come out like a T. Left arm under your right. This can be where you are for your eagle pose. Or you can try to twist those arms up like that. Then you want to lift your elbows and press your hands away from your face. And then you're sitting back into your hips like you're in a chair pose. And your back is staying really straight and strong. Breathe in. So you should feel this in your shoulders. You should feel it like on your upper back. Yeah. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Hands come to heart center. Drop your hands to your mountain pose. Breathe in. Look up, reach up, palms press. Breathe out, fold forward. Breathe in, lift halfway, and then bring both hands down, and we are gonna step right foot forward and bring that left foot all the way back. Drop your left knee onto the floor, coming into a runner's lunge with that back knee down. Lift your heart and chest. Bring both hands to your right knee, okay? This is a big hip stretch. Pull back on your right hip as your left hip presses forward. Lift your heart and shoulders. Yeah, and then lift your hands as well. And then breathe, breathe, breathe. And then we're gonna do a nice little twist here. Left hand forward, right hand back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take both hands up. And then release your hands to the mat. And let's just switch up our legs. So you can try switching them up like with a little jump. That's kind of fun. And then drop that back knee onto the floor. If you want to see that again, I'll show you. It's just kind of like a little switch. Aru. You can try that. Right knee is on the mat. Left knee is bending. My left hip is pulling back. My right hip is pressing forward. Both of my shoulders are facing the front of my mat. The top of my right foot is pressing down into the mat. And then I'm taking my hands up overhead, breathing in. As I breathe out, right hand comes forward, left hand back. There's that twist. Take both hands up. Both hands come down. Come into your tabletop. And then let's bring belly, chest, chin, forehead down onto the mat. And then bring your hands along the sides of your body. Bend your knees. Let your feet come up. Maybe windshield wiper those legs. And then you're going to reach to the tops of your feet or your ankles. Pull your knees together. We'll kind of line them up because we don't want them spread out to the edges of our mat. Pull your knees in. And then from here, lift your heart, lift your head, kick your feet into your hands. Come into your bow pose. And keep breathing here. Keep kicking those feet into your hands, lifting your heart, lifting your shoulders, lifting your head. Breathe in, and then let it all go. Windshield wiper those feet side to side. And then we're just gonna flip on over to our backs. Pretty easy peasy. Yeah, pull your knees into your belly. Rock side to side. And let's pull right knee into your belly. Let your left leg stretch long on the mat. And then you're gonna pull that right knee across your body. Let your right arm come out. Look over at that hand and drop that right knee down onto the floor. Spinal twist. Bring it all back through center. Pull those knees in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Leave that left knee pulled in. Let your right leg stretch out long and straight. Pull your left knee across your body. Left hand comes out. Yeah. Might go to a good back crack there. And then knees come back into your belly. Big squeeze. And let's lift feet up over our head. Rest your arms down on the floor. Flex and point your toes. Yeah, just giving yourself a chance to get your feet up over your head. Maybe you close your eyes. And slowly drop your feet down onto the mat. And then slowly let your body stretch out, spread out for Shavasana, our final resting pose. So your arms are wide, your legs are wide. Your whole body is relaxing and melting down into the mat. Releasing your jaw, relaxing your face and forehead, that space between your brows. Feeling your body get real heavy as it relaxes down onto the ground. Allow the floor, your mat, the earth to support you in this pose. And take a few moments to be still. Bringing your awareness back to your body. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Take a full body stretch. Pull your knees into your belly. Drop your body over onto its right side. Come into a nice little fetal position, all curled up. And then from here, slowly bring yourself back up to a comfy seated position. Yes. And let's take a big breath in together and a big breath out. Let's do one more. Breathe in. Breathe out. I hope you guys are feeling better. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Press your palms together. Right at your heart. Remind yourself that you're kind. And then bring your thumb knuckles to that space between your brows. Space of intuition. A place of all-knowing, wise old owl. Take a big breath in. Look up. As you breathe out, we'll bow together and say namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you guys again real soon. Take care, okay? Be happy, be healthy, stay safe. Bye.